Morning. Oh, sorry, just touched you there. Morning, Mr. Lake.
Morning, Mr. Fan. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad. Sorry, just tickled you. I'll be honest. I feel a little bit weird today.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but something about you just does. You look a bit different. Something just doesn't look quite right.
Yeah, sorry, got a bit close. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I do feel strange.
Well, should we let you do the next? There you go. You look way better now, Mr. Fan. Way better.
I feel better.
Had a coffee? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, now, we should say, obviously, that wasn't really Mr. Fan, was it? At the beginning of the video. We were pretending, weren't we? We
We were pretending.
were pretending. Okay, but what we're going to be doing today, and then over the rest of this week, is a recount. Okay? Now, when we write recounts, what are we writing about, Mr. Fenn?
Something we have done.
Yeah, something we've experienced, something that's happened. Okay? We usually in school write quite a lot of recounts, don't we?
We do.
About the things we get up to, the things we do. Obviously, it's different at the moment though, because we're not all together. So we're not having these experiences together that we'd usually have. So today, we're going to plan for what's going to be a kind of pretend recount, okay? Go with me on this. We're going to have to use our imaginations a bit for this one.
Okay.
So in the same way that we pretended at the beginning of this video that Mr. Fenn had turned into an octopus, you're going to be pretending some things have happened at home, okay, and then writing about them. And hopefully this should be really fun, and you get to use your imagination a lot for this thing, which is really important with writing, isn't it, really?
If I was to say the most important thing, I think
Yeah.
imagination. That's where
Imagination.
good stories come from.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to plan the recount, which sounds boring, but actually, it's going to be really fun, this, because here's what I want you to do. So, I have sent to you, we sent instructions for how to use the Google augmented reality animal thing.
Yeah, how to magically make animals appear. Yeah.
Yep, in your home. A bit like, some of you play Pokemon. It's a similar kind of thing to that, isn't it? It's like making animals appear in the real world. It's something you can hopefully do at home if you've got a tablet, a phone with a camera on it, okay? Hopefully nearly all of you can do that at home. If you can't, not the end of the world, you could just pretend there's an animal in your house.
Shall we just say, I know
of it.
you've sent the instructions, but basically, to get that animal to appear, all you need to do is go on Google on your phone or tablet, and it does need to be Google. Type in the name of your animal, and then hopefully it will say View in 3D, and you just press that, and it will magically appear.
Yeah. So what we want you to do is pretend that an animal of your choice has appeared in your house. Okay. So in actual fact, you might want to pause this now and do that now. So pick somewhere in your house where you think it'd be most funny to make an animal appear. Go to that room. Could be outside. Okay. Have a play around on your phone, tablet, whatever technology you're using. Make that animal appear. You can take a little picture of it if you want. Keep that picture. If you really, really can't do any of this, you can either just imagine or you can even draw a picture of an animal in a room in your house. Okay.
I think we'd like to see pictures actually.
That would be really fun.
Photograph of you with a shark and you're going something like that.
That would be amazing.
Good for Dojo. We'd like that.
Yeah. So if you want to pause now and come back to this once you've done all that, if you could go ahead now and make an animal appear in your house. Right, okay. So unpaused. Hopefully everyone's done that now. You've all had an animal appear in your house. Who knows what? Maybe a shark, maybe a tiger, a lion, whatever. A goat. I've made a goat.
I like a penguin.
A penguin's
I like
a good
ducks.
One. Yep. Yeah.
There's an anglerfish.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't like. It's a bit scary.
Learn about those actually later on this term.
Very scary.
Yeah. So you'll have had an animal in your house, okay? We are going to do a piece of writing this week about a pretend experience we've had. All right. There wasn't really an animal in your house. We're going to pretend there was. Okay. That's kind of the crux of it. Okay. So let's start planning our recap. So what you've got today on your resources pack. Basically, I've just written you a few questions, all right? So the first one you'll see is what kind of animal visited your house, and then so on. There's some more questions, okay? And the writing you're doing today, ultimately, you're just going to be answering those questions, because if you can write some sentences using your imagination and answering those questions, then you will have the basis of a recount that we'll then work on tomorrow and Friday, okay? So all we're doing is reading those questions, thinking up some answers. We're going to have to pretend and make believe, okay? But this bit, so first one, pretty straightforward. And by the way, just to help you as well, on that resources pack, you'll see sentence starters that you can start the sentences with. So what kind of animal visited your house? So in my house, there was, we might as well go for octopus, seeing as,
Yes.
yeah, there was an octopus. Okay, so I've answered the first one. In my house there was an octopus. Where is it in your home? Okay, so Mr. Fenn, where, if you'd made it appear in your home, where would you have picked?
My living room.
Brilliant. So I'm going to put the octopus was in my living room. You might notice I'm writing full sentences here, and the reason for that is because you're going to have to refer back to this and look back at it again. And if you've just written the odd word, you might struggle to remember what you were talking about. So I'm doing full sentences. The octopus was in my living room. Okay, let's look at what the next question is. Ask us. So, how did it get into your home? So how did the octopus get into your home, Mr. Fenn?
Okay, so what should we do? Right, a hilarious one, which I know lots of you would have thought of, is it came out of the toilet or something.
That's good, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it came out of the toilet. I'm thinking it came out of the toilet, and it wasn't in your bathroom when you saw it. So I'm going to say it came out of the toilet and crawled into the...
Yep.
And crawled into the living room. Okay, so there we go. The octopus was in my living room. It came out of the toilet and crawled into the living room. Can you name 3 things it did in your home? Okay.
Okay.
So get yourself into the mind of the animal you picked. For us, we're getting into the mind of an octopus.
Right, I think the octopus came in, and I think he, for some reason, I want to say he read the newspaper.
So it read the newspaper.
Yeah. And I don't even have a newspaper in my home.
It read the newspaper.
It read the newspaper. Okay, so we're doing commas for a list.
I'm using a comma because I said 3 things.
Okay, it read the newspaper. Maybe let's think. Let's try. Okay, it played a nice game of Monopoly. It made itself a cup of coffee.
I like that. I like the idea of an octopus making itself a drink, like kettle in one
Yeah,
hand,
because
getting a cup
octopus
out.
could do it all at the same time,
Yeah.
couldn't it?
So you read the newspaper, made itself.
Whilst juggling.
Made itself. Do you know what? Made itself a coffee.
Coffee.
Whilst juggling.
Okay, last one. And.
Yep.
And right, let's think. Okay, and watched Boris Johnson on the news, or and read Matilda. I've been reading Matilda at home.
Have you?
So reading 2 things, so no, that's not.
It's all different.
I built played Jenga, or built a tower of bricks, or what else do we do? Drew a picture. What do you think, Mr. Lake? What should we go for? And
I quite like the idea of it playing a game. For some reason, it amused me when you said it was playing Monopoly.
yeah, okay.
Knocking
Let's
things
put
over.
and played Monopoly.
Yeah, and played Monopoly.
I'm enjoying this, Mr. Lake. I
I'm
like
enjoying this too.
using
It's
my
fun.
imagination. It's fun, yeah.
Okay, so the octopus was in my living room. It came out of the toilet and crawled into the living room. It read the newspaper, made itself a coffee while struggling, and played Monopoly.
Great.
Okay. And then last question, what did it do next? Because presumably it's not still in your house. So what happened next?
Finally, right, let's think. It could
I've done it with finally, by the way. So finally...
Yeah. Finally, it helped itself to some cheese from the kitchen.
Yep.
And then left through the letterbox. Just slid out through the letterbox.
So finally it helped itself to some cheese.
Let's put some...
You think expanded now.
Expanded now, right.
Some...
Right, when I think of cheese, I either think delicious cheese or I think stinky cheese.
Yeah. Might be merging into one person now.
Yeah.
Some stinky cheese. I like obviously stinky.
I think an octopus would like stinky cheese.
Yeah.
Some stinky cheese.
That blue cheese with the mould on.
Yeah.
So stinky. Finally, it helped itself to some stinky cheese and slid through the letterbox. Through.
Love it, Mr. Lake.
The letterbox. Okay, so this isn't our actual recount yet, but actually from what we've written here, we've kind of got a very good basis to write about.
Yeah.
So the octopus was in my living room, it came out of the toilet and crawled in, it read the newspaper, made itself a coffee while struggling and played Monopoly. Finally, it helped itself to some stinky cheese and slid through the letterbox. There we go. Did any of that really happen?
No, of course.
But how much fun was this?
It was
just
good.
coming up with.
Joe, I think this is your best work, Mr. Lake. I think
you
this is.
enjoying this?
I think we're going. I can't wait to see what you write for this.
Be creative. I think.
And that's the thing. And don't just copy my ideas and Mr. Lake's ideas.
No,
Think
you'll
of
have
your
better
own.
ideas anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come up with your own ideas. You've got the same questions
Yeah.
that we just answered. Okay. What kind of animal is it? That you should already know the answer to. Where is it? Again, you should already know the answer to that. How did it get into your home? Can you name 3 things it did? And what did it do next? Okay, and if you can come up with ideas for those, you're going to be ready for that recount that we write tomorrow and on Friday. Okay, so have fun with this, be as silly as you want to. We want to make us laugh. That's worth a few dojos, isn't it? If you can make us laugh here at school.
And send us pictures. I did one with my daughter. She was laying on the bed like this, and then there's a lion on top of her, like as if she's been attacked.
Yeah. So brilliant. Come up with your ideas. Write some sentences to answer those questions, and then you'll be ready for the recount. Have fun. See you tomorrow.